Hey guys, what is going on? This is going to be the second time I've tried to record this video because after the first time I finished it up, I had all the class setup and the attachments and stuff done, and then my computer died so hard it reset all my settings in Vanguard and I had to change all my graphic settings and my aim settings and everything, so that was good. So besides that, we are taking a look at the Akimbo Marco 5 here today, which is a very cool addition to the game. It's one of my absolute new favorite things to run around with. It might not be the most powerful gun in the game, like it's not S tier or anything like that, but it definitely kills people ridiculously fast up close, and it's just such a fun, cool addition to the game. Just before we do get into talking about the best Akimbo Marco 5 class setup here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it. It really does help me out. And again, if you do want to stay up to date with all of the Season 4 content, and again, moving into Modern Warfare 2, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. So let's talk about the Akimbo Marco 5 here, and hope my computer doesn't crash. So we have already featured the Marco 5 in a more general all-around class setup with only one of these, which is a little bit lame, but having one of these is pretty effective as well, and you can go check out that class setup in the top right-hand side of the screen right now. But again, this is the Akimbo build, which is definitely adding some new attachments here and making this one of the more interesting and fun weapons to run around with, as long as you are fighting up close here. This thing is not very good at medium to long range. Starting us off here, we do have a couple of options in the muzzle slot, which is the recoil booster. This basically does give us about 6.5% of increase to our fire rate, which is a really nice boost to get us on target. However, I probably would recommend running the M1929 silencer as well if you do want that sound suppression while not reducing your damage range like the Mercury silencer does. Moving on to the body 285mm custom barrel, this does increase our hipfire accuracy and our hipfire recoil recovery. Basically, we're just taking a lot of attachments that do boost our hipfire here. In the optic, we do have the MK12 night vision because it does look really goofy to run around with two of these things with the big old scopes on them. It can block off your lines of sight sometimes, so maybe don't run this if you're a little bit more serious, but apparently this increases your horizontal and vertical recoil control, so it's a nice little boost, but again, it looks goofy and that's why we've taken it here. In the stock, we do have the body HF folding, and you guessed it, this does increase our hipfire accuracy and our sprint to fire speed. A couple of other stats there as well, but because we can't aim down sight, makes no difference. You can't run an underbarrel with Akimbo, which makes sense. In the magazine, we do have the 8mm Nambu 60 round drum mag here for increasing that recoil control and accuracy, that fire rate and that movement speed. Again, this does make it fire very quickly here. We can still get that 3-shot kill up close with this thing in our damage ranges, and firing these things up close basically does give us about 80 to 100 millisecond time to kill if you are landing all those bullets, which is absolutely ridiculous, man. It's so fast. There is also something to be said for the 8mm Curse 30 round mag here, which does increase our damage range and bullet velocity. Keep in mind, you can choose this as well if you do want a little bit of extra punch at those longer distances. Moving on to the ammo type here, you can take a bunch of different options. Again, I like lengthen to increase that bullet velocity. Hollow point is a good option to increase your consistency, meaning you do get extra little bit of damage when you do hit those limbs. And then incendiary is a nice cool option as well. In the pine tar grip here, we have taken this in the rear grip slot to give us that hip fire accuracy. Again, very simple attachment. Proficiency, of course, you already know what this one is. This is the Akimbo hipfire 2 weapons, which is so much fun. I really do think this attachment should be pretty much every SMG in the game. Moving on, we do have the kit here, which is quick. We're taking this to increase our sprint speed, but you can take fully loaded if you feel like you need more starting ammo here. Alright, so sob pens is obviously not going to be an ideal place for something like this. It does have relatively long lines of sight for the most part, but there are certain areas where we should be able to move around and get into the positions where we can just hip fire people. Apparently, as I mentioned at the start of the video, all of my settings reset. Like, I was recording this and I managed to do it. I managed to complete the video, but just as I was about to hit stop recording, like the game just, like my computer just turned off, and yeah, that meant all the recording was lost, and so apparently that wrecked all of my settings for some reason. I don't know what caused all of the settings to reset, but apparently all the settings just decided to, you know, no, we're not doing that anymore, and we just changed everything, and yeah, I had to reset them all, and yeah, bit of a mess. But we can just try and do some work here. We can try and do it. Just got to get into situations where we can just, not like this one. This one's going to be a bit rough. Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit rough until we can get nice and close. But when you do get close to people, man, this thing is really cool. Crouching does help. Crouching does, of course, make it a little bit easier for you to, like, focus that hip fire spread, meaning you can sort of spray people. You can do a little bit of spraying at people and it works pretty well. It is very satisfying once you do land those shots, but man, it can be a little iffy sometimes. So we are not going to go that way. We're going to take a little bit different approach. And we're just going to go for it. You do move very quickly with something like this, man. Like, look how quick we are moving. We are sprinting around everywhere. We are getting it done. But at the moment, we do have to back off just a little bit. This is not a good spot to be in. Alright. got to come up here soon, and he really doesn't want to challenge me in this spot. No. Yeah, this is a bit of a precarious position. I think there's two guys down. Okay, yeah, we got pincered there. I could have pushed one of them, but I figured I just want to see what happened. I just want to see what happens when we try and do this push. It's a little bit messy there, but you know, we can make stuff happen. Take out that guy there. We'll put the armor on, just because that will give us that little bit of extra protection when we are moving around the map. Meaning we can take a couple more shots before we get immediately deleted. I love how fast you move with these, man. It's very, very fun. Really? Are you joking? What possible reason did that have to blow up, dude? Come on, man. Pretty yucky. Just getting those shots down range, boys, feels really, really good, though. Just a fire, and you're firing two of these things. Ooh, you only just made it out of that one alive. I think the teammate should have sorted him. No, he's just standing there like a coward. That's great. That's great. Good work, teammates. Great work, teammates. Just always helping me out, you know. Oh. Okay. Alright, we're going to go this way this time. We're going to go a different way and try and get a little bit of a foothold on the other side of the map, because there's not really an awful lot going on right now that's beneficial for us. I'm going to go back this way. Again, we'll go back in the tunnels. That guy just chilling there. You can see, once you're in the right spots, man, this thing is really, really good. Like, it's actually very, very powerful. Wouldn't mind a tick of spy plane. Just one ping of spy plane would help. These situations like this are obviously not going to do it for us, because, I mean, two SMGs can't aim down sight is going to be rough. So we just got to be a little careful. No, gonna back off. Just gonna wait and try and see if we can get a little action going here. We'll shoot through that. We'll take that. Tough when everybody's like sitting in a specific spot on the map, literally not moving. Like, that doesn't make it very enjoyable. Like, people clearly spent their hard-earned money on this game and then they just play it like that. I don't understand. Wait. Like, yeah, press W, dude. Like, run around. Like, have some fun, man. This game's fun when you just sprint around all goofy. Like, you get your Akimbo SMGs, you just run around everywhere. This game's actually fun. Like, honestly, like, the game's fun when you just run around, but people play like that and you're just like, well, why did you? Ooh, my man's got him too. My man's, he's carrying. Alright, that's fine. Apparently we're just in the right spot right now. We're just in a pretty decent spot on the map. Our armor broke, which is not ideal, but I mean, this thing's really good, dude. I know I said at the start of the video that it wasn't good, but I mean, you just look at stuff like this and you're like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not the best gun in the game. It is very limited in what it can actually do. Like, it isn't a Akimbo SMG after all, so you do have to play in close quarters. You do have to play up close to people and make sure that you actually are within the right damage ranges. But I mean, if you are, people just disappear. People just disappear, and it's really fun. Like, it's honestly so fun. Is he just? Oh my goodness, dude! Like, who plays the game like this? Like, honestly, like, no, yeah, I'm killing this dude. Okay, we'll kill both of them. That's fine. Alright, yeah, they deserve that. They deserved that to happen to them. Yeah. That's what you can do with this kind of thing. This thing is very, very fun. So as you saw there, guys, the Akimbo Marco 5 is, as I said, probably not one of the best guns in the game. Like, it's definitely not an S tier choice or anything like that. But if somebody is in your damage range, nice and close to you, you absolutely remove them from the game, which is very, very satisfying and definitely a lot of fun. Probably one of the most fun class setups to run around with at the moment. Again, if you do want to stay up to date with all of the best class setups for all of the new content in Season 4 and moving forward into Modern Warfare 2, which does drop very, very soon, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Again, we do really appreciate when you guys grow our little community here. It means we can talk to new people about Call of Duty, which is my favorite thing in the entire world. So, again, thank you for watching this one, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye!